Mom, I'm on this screen now, and I have a mouth sometimes. Yeah, you are. I'm so happy to have you on this screen too now, Bubbly. We're just here sitting on our little bench, together. It's good. It's nice. Uh, I don't have anything else to add to this like bit except except this mouthed blub. Technically, it's a pogbly, but I realized that it had a mouth, so I was like, well, that works. Um, yeah, I don't think I have anything else like right here. However, I do have something very important. Why isn't it there? Hello? Have you tried loading? There's supposed to be something right here that gets loaded. That is definitely not. Okay, so that looks fine. Can I load this? Archmagus Belisarius call chilling with brisket guilty gear? It is, I guess. Why is it not capturing this window? Fine. Um, Let me take a snip of this real quick. This is gonna be so messy. I love it. Where's my... Give me an image. Give me. Uh, this needs to be so temporary. Downloads. Yes, fine. Capture PNG. That works. Um, Welcome to the stream. It's time for uh Excel. I need to motion the other way, even though this is away from anything on my computer related. These are all of the games I intend to play. Uh, the ones marked in yellow, no, we're not rolling for the game. Something I would qualify as like less interesting, honestly. Um, at this point, um, the games listed in yellow are in the queue, I'm gonna call it, of games I will play next after I beat NieR Automata, which isn't here. I think I just deleted it because I'm done, almost so close. Uh, then I will play today. I'm gonna play some Severed Steel, which I don't know much about. Aside that I got it free on Epic. Um, and since I have the house to myself tomorrow and the night after, I'll play The World Next Door and Slain Back from Hell. It's a Metroidvania. Um, and then I'll play NieR Replicant, and that'll be 100%. I needed a couple of games because 100% are a lot. Um, and then I asked uh, um, Emily, who so gloriously nominated Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1 for next in queue. So, yes. Is it? No, I can't because it's an image, not. I'm not looking at this anyway, so I'll just save that and close it. The anime bullshit. So, uh, since, because the idea I have is that once I have affiliate, I'm gonna say once I have because that's more like the whatever the game. No, that's some dumb other thing. The secret. That's what it is. I'm gonna dream board that eventually I'll have a affiliate. Um, it would be a thing since these are all games I'm going to play that you could spend your channel points um and add a game to the queue that I'm going to play. However, since I do not have channel points, I can't do that yet. But I can say that the two of you, Servi, Paralytic States, have been around here long enough. I will graciously allow you to pick a game or series for me to play to add to the queue. First come, first serve for the queue. Um, the it's formatted really weird, so it could be legible here. But first and third columns are singular games. Resident Evil. I don't even if that no, Resident Evil is not on the list. It has to be on the list. That is my stipulation. Um, so yeah, first and third columns singular games. Second and fourth column are series. Silent Hill 3, because that's the only one on the list. I could play Silent Hill 1, but Silent Hill 3. Well, you both picked Silent Hill 3. Um, Paralytic States already said Silent Hill, so you can have another uh which Bionicle? The I would run and get it if I had the wherewithal. It's not Bionicle Heroes. It's for GameCube. Well, you can't both switch your answer. You uh okay. Are you're locking in as DMC1? I was saying it's a mess. I'm gonna take interacting with chats so silly. Um, the first suggestion from Paralytic States of Silent Hill. Servi, you said Silent Hill 3, but Silent Hill 3 is the only one on there. So I will do. I'll 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 remember it. I'm a smart cookie. So after anime bullshit, I'll do Silent Hill 1, and then because you said DMC 1, I will play the DMC series, uh, which does not just include uh, one, but all five of them. So you that is true. Well, no, because see, DMC Devil May Cry, which is on this list somewhere. Yeah, there it is not a part of the series. It's a weird other thing, and so that would be a separate choice. But yeah, um, and joke's on you, I won't play DMC one first. I'll play that in a different order because I'm a silly goose. I like that uh starting from one. I'll think about it. Regardless, after anime bullshit and spooky town, I'll play the Devil May Cry series in some order or another. Anyways, that'll last me eons. So I'm not gonna worry about that for a while until I get channel points, which will happen. But yeah, this is I need to motion over here, which is so weird to me because it's the opposite way. This is the list of games I intend to play on stream. I've heard excellent things about DMC5. It's especially funny too because like if I keep getting people to pick games off of the queue, then it's not a problem. Uh, Other than that, it'll end up being like how I'll play it is just like doing either a series or a really long game and then just like kind of a couple of quick, smaller games. But I digress. I have not played My Summer Car. I have seen it be played though. Except I've seen it be played terribly, so it would probably be very different than me playing it. I have, why does it say 2 achievements? 45 out of 47. I didn't get that one. Naughty children. That's right. Okay. Because I'm a goddess gamer. Oh right, I was here. Okay, I do need to exit to menu. I have 2 achievements, 3 endings. One of the achievements is very easy, and I could have done it off stream, but because I need to switch that. That upsets me too much. I'm gonna flip myself around. Oh, also, it's story time. That's the other bit. I'll do story time after I get the achievement, because it's a quick achievement. Because I have all of the weapons. I hit save again. Instead of chapter select. I'm doing terribly at this because I'm only half paying attention. I'm just so excited. I won't actually get to the other game because I'm too busy fucking up this one. Servi is not as much as a heathen as I'm about to be. Bu -bu -bu. Not get into the Parawiggler. Landing at City Ruins works. Because I need to do this in like 2 segments anyways, because I'll need to switch characters and whatever. Apparently I could have picked a better one that doesn't have a... Guess what achievement I need? It has to be skip. I have time. Why do I forget that every time? I get too excited.
Proceed to target location.
Yeah, it's perf time. So I need to figure out a way to like do. Okay, there's one. How far? Nope. Okay, there's 2. At least it's still mostly covered. I'm really good at this. I did not practice. I'll cover it up with the steel beam so it's still chased. I feel real bad. It feels so bad to... I should have just bought this achievement instead of doing this. But I did not practice, I swear. I wish I had her boots. Those are so cute. With the like laces in the back. I really should have kept count instead of just kind of winging it, but here we are. Did I get... Wait, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I got it. Okay, there you go. So, I am deeply sorry for that 2B. It unfortunately had to be done. Now the fun part. Congrats. Okay, so aside from tutorials, and I think, uh, so aside from tutorials, picture books, and not unit, tutorial. What am I saying? Tutorials, picture books, and novels. I won't read those because I either already read them or they're just not interesting to read. Uh, which one should I do first? Archives, unit data, weapon stories, or fishing encyclopedia? And then I'll just go down the line of all the things in it. It's story time. Fish. Too slow in the draw, it's fish time. Killifish. A small freshwater fish, roughly an inch long. Because of its size, it often ends up getting tangled up inside machine lifeforms that venture into the water, causing all kinds of interesting malfunctions. This led to attempts by androids to use the killifish as a weapon, but its military use was never approved, mostly due to angry demonstrations by android killifish fanatics, many of whom like to keep them as pets. Unfortunately for the killifish, they lack the same there we go, kind of determined lobbying efforts among machine life forms. Carp, an extremely common and completely harmless freshwater fish. Does Blubbly have a license to be that cute? I don't know, Blubbly, do you?
Licenses are for feds. And I'm Blubbly. I don't need a license to be. I'm just Blubbly.
You bring up an extremely valid point, Blubbly. Koi carp. This freshwater fish is nearly as common as the regular carp. It's quite resilient to contaminated environments and can often be found where no other fish dare to tread. Fur carp. An odd species of carp covered in hair, which gives it the appearance of something one might find in a shower drain. This hair helps to maintain its body temperature, allowing the fish to survive on land for short periods of time. As a result, it's not uncommon to see them sunbathing near riverbanks. Water flea. A flesh-eating crustacean that lived in a freshwater a long time ago. Though tiny, it has surprisingly powerful claws. Starfish. This critter uses its 5 arms to move about, while the mouth at its center inhales dead fish and clams. Despite the appearance, it's actually quite friendly, and will often move closer if you try to touch it. Bream. A fish that is roughly as common as a mackerel. Due to an infatuation with human behavior, some androids like to catch and consume the fish, despite such sustenance being wholly unnecessary. Killifish machine. A machine lifeform resembling a killifish. Due to its wondrous appearance, some killifish fanatics among NieR soldiers have started keeping these creatures as pets, to the frustration and confusion of their commanders. Koi carp machine. A machine lifeform resembling a koi carp. I probably won't read that if that's just what it is every time. It is surmised that fish machine lifeforms were created to scare away the real fish mankind used for food. They look very much like the native species, so whoever did them did their job well, made them. Fish machines are also extremely aggressive, which helped deal a huge blow to the ecology of aquatic life on Earth. Once they had fulfilled their purpose, all maintenance was stopped, but they still managed to adapt to and thrive in their environments. As a result, current species are no longer hostile towards androids, and instead concentrate on not dying, much like any other animal. In contrast to land-based machines, however, their databanks are no longer synced, so the evolution of their intelligence has pretty much ground to a halt. Many machine fish have formed symbiotic relationships with natural ones, allowing them to consume the sessile organisms on their bodies, such as moss and barnacles, in exchange for protection. With natural fish performing their maintenance, machine fish now live lives which are the exact opposite of what they were designed to do. In recent years, new ecologies have been observed as a result of such symbiotic relationships. Some, for instance, have formed colonies in order to protect themselves, leading to increased aquatic life across the planet. Of course, the current ecology is quite different from when mankind still inhabited Earth, but the sheer quantity of fish is sure to be a surprise once they finally return from the moon. However, there are even bigger changes afoot. With no new fish machines being created, they are predicted to go extinct sometime over the next 150 years. Scientists are greatly interested in what may happen to the original native fish when they lose their mechanical protectors. I don't know if you can't eat the robofish because I tried. You can only eat the mackerel. Arapaima machine. A machine life form resembling an arapaima. Due to its enormous size, it has no natural enemies and thus resides safely at the top of the aquatic food chain. As such, it can usually be found lazily drifting near the surface, bored out of its skull. A harmless machine life form resembling a carp. Blowfish machine. Contrary to real blowfish, this creature is not poisonous, though its highly developed jaw is capable of tearing holes in an android's body, so approach with caution. Starfish machine. Its mobility is roughly the same as a regular starfish, so it's hard to imagine this creature was designed to have an impact on aquatic life. To this day, researchers have not reached a consensus on why it exists. Bream machine. A machine life form resembling a bream. I'm going to read those on accident. Its extremely aggressive nature has caused many a careless android to return home from a peaceful day of fishing with fewer appendages than before. Mackerel machine. A machine life form resembling... like the regular mackerel, it has negative effects on androids when consumed. Fortunately, it only makes their bodies itch all over, so things certainly could have been worse. Freshwater ray machine. Due to a production error, this model's tail is split in two. Machine life form head. The bright gold head of a machine life form. In high demand, it fetches a very nice price on the market. Tire. A tire from a resistance vehicle. Ships carrying cargo are often sunk, so the sea floor is littered with many such android commodities. Gas cylinder. A storage container for fuel used by the resistance. These cylinders are highly explosive, so improperly disposing of them is strictly forbidden. A code engraved on the bottom of the cylinder allows it to be tracked to the owner, who is then promptly punished by Yorha. Battery. A battery used by the resistance. Many such batteries mysteriously disappear after being discarded. It's believed that they are secretly being carried off by machine life forms. Broken firearm. A portable anti-machine rocket launcher. This device was created to combat machine life forms and even has considerable effects on Goliath-class units. Machine life forms often refer to it as that owie thing. And that's all the fish I have. Yes. So now weapon stories. If there's a specific weapon story, by the way, that you'd want me, or that you'd want Blubbly to read, I can like whisper in their ear, and they can relay it. I don't know which one that would be, but just shout out in advance if you want Blubbly to read it, or Blubbly to narrate it. Can't think of a good one for Blubbly. That's because they're all depressing. Helicopter, I think. Oops. Weapon stories. Faith. Okay. It's real story hours. In the capital of a distant eastern land, there lived a poet who was devoted to his art. But his words failed to touch the hearts of the people, and he could make no profit from them. Soon his life became unbearably hard. Seeing the limits of his talent, the poet chose to abandon the pen and work the land instead. Soon his lily-white skin began to grow dark, and his once frail body became sinewy and tough. He eventually married a kind woman, and several years later they had a child. As the peaceful, uneventful days went on, the man began to feel that there could be no greater happiness in his life. Or so the poet wrote, before he put down his pen, swallowed the paper whole, and prayed that the next life might turn out so well. He then took faith, already stained with the blood of another, and plunged it deep into his chest. Damn. That is a sad story for the poet. Iron pipe. Dad, if you're cold, I can give you my hat. You're the best father in the world, after all. Dad, if you're hungry, you can have my cookie. You're my favorite person in the world, after all. Dad, if you're scared, I can sleep by your side. You're my closest friend in the world, after all. So, please don't go anywhere, alright, Dad? Don't leave your Yona all alone, okay? The first three earlier. Oh, yeah. There is like a bit of a change of like of if you had upgraded it earlier. And of course, a little bit of NieR. Actually, Iron Pipe makes it Gestalt be the canon one instead of the brother version. Beastbane. Once upon a time, there were 3 princesses. The middle princess wasn't very bright, but was renowned by all as a great beauty. Once she came of age, she was married off to the king of a neighboring nation. The neighboring king adored his new wife and treasured her looks above all else. He gave the middle princess 6 new dresses and 8 fresh flowers every day, and his love caused her beauty to shine all the more. The middle princess did all she could to remain beautiful for her king, but she knew time would eventually catch up with her, as it did for all. So after much hard thought, she developed a cunning plan. The middle princess had herself stuffed and mounted so she could remain beautiful for all time. The king wept joyful tears at the sight, but alas, 2 years later, war broke out, and her body was crushed under the rubble of the castle. That is... my god. Wow, okay. Phoenix Dagger. The girl lay there on the day of her wedding. Her parents and beloved were dead, and she herself had been violated in front of their corpses. As she swore to kill those who had done this terrible deed, a shining songbird appeared. "Allow me to grant your wish," said the songbird. "Wish upon this dagger, and never forget this hatred that you feel." The girl grasped the weapon and spat out a tearful curse. "I vow not to forget. Please, give them a painful death." Time passed, and eventually she got her revenge. Years later, when she was an old woman, the songbird appeared anew. "What of your vow?" it asked, but she did not understand. And come to think of it, what became of her beloved dagger? That night, bandits broke into her house, assaulted her daughter, and murdered her grandchild. The songbird then reappeared with a single question. "How long will your hatred burn this time?" That's a clever way of looping Phoenix's back in. Ancient Overlord. One day, a young girl's village was sacked by bandits. To protect her family, she took up a dagger her father had found in the mountains and killed one of them, an act that shocked her family. But the bandits fled, never to return. 5 years passed, then 10, then 20. Though the family she protected began to grow old, the girl never aged. Eventually, the other villagers began to shun her. With no one to turn to, she finally left her village and began to wander the earth, visiting many strange lands in the process. As the years passed, her skill and fame as a master sword fighter grew to legend. Eternal life, a powerful weapon, and boundless experience. She used these talents to become queen of a nation. And yet, there was still emptiness in her life, for she still desired the kindness her family denied her after that fateful day. Type 40 Sword. Your Ha R&D Team Journal, August 29th. Held a progress report meeting for the new weapon. Considering how many observers we have from the other orbiting satellites, I can tell they expect a lot from us. December 10th. We had our first core installation experiment today. I saw some troubling signs, including issues with unexpected irregular output in core perimeter defenses. January 8th. The circuits of 3 consecutive staffers burned out after attempting to remove the core's protection. I've requested replacement personnel. January 15th. Command pulled the plug on our project. The weapon will go into official operation with the core still sealed. Does that mean the Type 40 sword is a person? Because the cores are all always... Type 3 sword. The craftsman's weapons were neither flashy nor attractive, but they never once failed in battle. This reliability afforded him a never-ending stream of loyal clients. Yet something nagged at the craftsman. Though he'd forged many a weapon, he'd only tested them on pigs and cows. He wondered what it might feel like to use them on another human being. The craftsman took a sword to a battlefield and slashed at corpses, disappointed at how easily the sword slid through them. It wasn't satisfying at all. He wanted to really feel like he was ripping through flesh. The craftsman modified a sword in search of that feeling, not thinking at all of the pain it would cause, until one night, a bandit broke into his home, snatched the weapon up, and showed him exactly how effective it was. And that's the weapon 9S uses right now. How long can I fight amidst this bloody vortex of a battlefield? How long, I wonder? How long can I continue to protect what I love amidst this endless war? How long, I wonder? How long can I continue to believe in a world laden with deceit and folly? How long, I wonder? How long can I lie to myself as I despair at the dark future of this world? How long, I wonder? Cruel oath. Once, long ago, there was a group of 7 boys who were born in the same village. Though they were not brothers by blood, they treated each other as family. One cold night, a fortune-teller appeared and warned of a traitor among them. The boys laughed it off and went about their business, but the next morning, one of them lay dead. With each passing night, another boy died. The survivors grew more and more suspicious of each other, each harboring terrible doubts about what happened to their brothers. On the morning of the 7th day, a single survivor stood tall. Cleaning the blood from his hands, he chuckled to himself. Better go find the traitor. The Yorha Boys stage play. Yorha Boys! Just mistrust and suspicion amongst the Yorha members. Yorha Issueblade. Morning, listeners. It's time to kick off another installment of Listener Letters with your favorite radio idol, DJ 24D. Now let's get this day started, shall we? How's it going, listeners? Yeah, I know, you're all still thinking about that cleanup operation yesterday, right? We may have lost a lot of good people, but it's still our job to get up and at 'em, right? Howdy, listeners. Your favorite radio idol, DJ 24D, hasn't been receiving many letters lately. Don't you like me anymore? Or maybe no one is even listening. Anyway, who's ready to kick things off? That's why the only dudes are S models? Oh, for the only scanners are the instead of any war models. Hello? Is anyone there? Is thing even on? It's me, radio listeners. 24D. I'm an idol. Remember? An idol? An idol. An idol. An idol. An idol. An idol. An idol. Poor 24D. Just got ignored. Machine sword. The more old records I read, the more fascinated I become by the species known as humans. We machines must do all we can to preserve these precious artifacts and continue to record their contents. I see from these records how important predation and reproduction were to human survival, and yet they viewed such acts as sinful. I wonder why. I found a famous human book today, but after reading it 10 times it still makes no sense to me. What possible attraction could there be to such a thing? Eureka! It seems the answer was in front of me all along. I am simply incapable of comprehending anything about humanity or the world in general. Ah, how wonderful it is to live in a world swaddled in mystery. Predation? Okay. Also, I see your 24D's nuts comment. Engine Blade. Final Fantasy 15. A small prince rests alone in a vast, vast bedroom. He wishes his father knew how much he hates sleeping alone, but he doesn't dare to tell him. For the king is a very busy man and must not be disturbed. A king sits alone in his vast, vast office, drowning in affairs of state. All he wants to do is All he wants is to see his family and hug his son, but he cannot, for every waking moment must be spent in service of the people. One day, while eating dinner, the king asks his son what he most desires in the world. He hopes he will say that he wants them to spend more time together, but instead the boy simply points at a sword hanging on the wall. The ancient sword is considered the sign that someone is ready to rule. Someday, the king chuckles. His son faintly smiles back at him. All he really wanted was for his father to read him a bedtime story. Cypress stick. I was in a dead sleep when Mum started shouting. "Wakey, wakey," she squawked. "Rise and shine. Today's a very important day. Today's your first visit to the castle." Annoying, right? But I got up anyway. Today's my 16th birthday, and I have an audience with the king. Mum's apparently worried that he'll charge me with some big important task, so she gave me a cypress stick, for some reason. Like that'll help. As we walk to the castle, Mum keeps blabbing about how excited she is and how long she's been waiting for this day. She's told me this story 1,000,001 times, so I just keep quiet like always. When we arrive, I see my friend coming out of the castle. He's 16 too, but his fearless gaze makes him look like a legendary hero to be. I'm sure he's got a lot to live up to. My dad's just a carpenter, so I've got it easy. I feel lost with some of these stories. Like this one, I don't quite get where it's going. That's small swords. Time for large swords. Iron Will. You get it? Do you want to explain for the class? Kombucha is delicious. You can explain while I read the next one. This one. Iron Will. The sword's blade, dulled by years of idleness, was, as its name implied, a mere iron hunk. Its blood-drenched youth was little more than a series of rusted memories which grated against its pockmarked steel. Who could wield this hunk of iron now that its edge was gone? Who might love it when all it could do was bash dully against a foe instead of cutting through flesh and bone? Who would devote themselves to such insanity? The sword sighed softly, pleased to finally be at rest. But before it could peacefully crumble into dust, a group of powerful, hungry fools took it up and denied its reverie anew. Red rust was the weapon's tears. The blood, fat, and muscle it tore through was proof of its curse. Now let it hew bone once more. Let it ravage flesh. Let it do all this and more, as atonement for its sins. And being like, I don't want to be a hero. Forced into your role. And being like, I don't want to be the hero, I want to chill. So by having a stick, it's like, I'm not doing anything. Fang of the Twins. Twin souls were sacrificed to twin gods and bound to an unbreakable dual-bladed axe. Whenever nicked or damaged, it would instantly repair itself. The two blades would never part. They would be together for the rest of time. The souls in the blade yearned to be as one, to grow old as one, to fall in love as one. It is why we both love the same person. I am myself. I am myself. Look at me. Look at me. Give me love. Give me love. Stop copying me. I'm not. We are together. We are one. Life or death. Even if we kill our foes, even if we kill each other, our two bodies will be as one for all time. Someone separate us. Oh God, please, someone help. Beast Lord. Once upon a time, there were 3 princesses. The eldest princess was thought by all to be the most brilliant woman in the kingdom, and she soon sat upon the throne of her homeland as their queen. The new queen raised a mighty army. To afford the endeavor, she taxed her people, and in turn they were given jobs in new factories created to support the war effort. People worked, money flowed. As the army grew strong, the demand for factories grew with it. And then the cycle repeated. More work, more money, more work, more money. The Queen's plan proceeded just as she had envisioned it. To further strengthen the kingdom, we were converted to machines to enhance our output in factories and the military. Our Queen in turn became the control system that rules us to this day. Phoenix soared. One day, a hawk lost its way in the woods. Its proud wings soon grew weak as it tried in vain to find its way home. As death approached, a songbird took pity on the hawk and did its best to offer aid. The songbird slowly nursed the hawk back to health. The beautiful sight of the small white bird nestled in the elegant wings of the hawk soon made it the envy of all the creatures in the forest. When the hawk was fully healed, it knew it was time to leave the forest. But before flying away, it promised the songbird it would one day return. In turn, the songbird gave the hawk one of its shining feathers as a token of friendship. As promised, the hawk eventually returned, but with a human in tow. "Well done," said the human. "These feathers will sell for a great price at the market." Then he slew the songbird in one blow and plucked its carcass clean. Development Journal 0504 Takata. I've come up with an incredible idea, something no one has ever done before. I'm going to start testing it first thing in the morning. The boss turned down my idea of infusing metallic alloys with magical elements. Thrice damned fool. Doesn't he see how much money he could make from this? Things aren't going well. My hair is falling out. I think it's the stress. I've got to find a way to make this project succeed, and soon. Fujita instead of Taka. I looked over the data, but couldn't work out the problem. I'm not giving up, though. With Takata dead, it's up to me. I'm the only one who can carry on his work. Type 3 Blade. The greatsword was known for the intense pain it inflicted upon its victims. This is what drove the man to carry it despite its weight, for he knew it would make others fear him, and thus he could avoid needless conflict. The man's reputation spread through the village despite never having drawn the blade. "Don't make him use that horrid weapon," the villagers whispered. The man smiled at this, for he knew that fear was the best path to peace. Soon, the men had craftsmen forge a host of similar weapons. He gave them to all the other villagers in the hope it would force people to solve conflicts with words instead of violence. And his plan worked, for a while. Keeping all sides in check is simple when no one uses their power. But once that seal is broken, the end is nigh. Thus did the peaceful village transform itself into a living hell over the space of a single night. The villagers. Virtuous treaty. First encounter with my lover. Failed to connect with my lover. Far away went my lover. With death went my lover to eternity. The pain weapon ones? Cruel blood oath. I'll never forget the time we met. I knew ours was a love that would last for eternity. But even when hit by his side, his feelings were a mystery. It was painful not to know what he was thinking. So painful. When I was close, I hurt him, yet being distant hurt him more. I finally found my place in life, a place where I am as close as possible, yet eternally distant. Swords. Machine axe. Human fight. Why? Why humans love? Why do humans band together? You. Why are you alive? And that's the large swords. Spears. Phoenix Lance. Legends tell of a mighty warrior who had no equal in battle. Granted immortality by a phoenix, he wandered from war to war, forever searching for ways to prove his strength. Eventually, the man's immortal body proved too much for his spirit, and he ran himself through with his own spear again and again. But each time he did, the wound closed over itself, leaving not even a scar. He leapt from cliffs, threw himself into raging seas, and lit himself aflame, but nothing worked. Then one day, he slipped mercifully into unconsciousness and awoke centuries later to find a songbird on his chest. "You have atoned for your sins," said the bird. "If you wish me to free you from your solitary existence, I will gladly do so." The man wept tears of joy and whispered thanks to the gods before suddenly stomping the bird to death. Oh. Cursed again. Beast curse. Once upon a time, there were 3 princesses. The youngest princess was widely regarded as the ugliest woman in all the land, but her heart was gentle, honest, and pure. Hoping to aid others in need, the youngest princess would travel to the fields to offer succor to peasants, but they would reject her kindness with cruel words. The youngest princess knew her looks were driving people away, yet she kept donating her life to the service of others, figuring that the fault lay in her own lack of devotion. Day after day this continued for years without end. The youngest princess died alone, curled in the back of a damp, wet alley. She was so ugly that no one had the courage to give her a proper burial. Instead, she rotted where she lay, turning ever uglier until she faded into the earth. Maybe not that last part. Just like the middle bit, and like if you leave out the ugly parts. Dragoon Lance! I had a dream about the day we met. He was small. He was insignificant. He was weak. Yet he hated the world just as I did. I decided to aid him, and he did the same for me. Thus was our friendship born. It wasn't perfect, of course. Mistakes were made along the way. Still, we remained friends. The blue wind that caresses these grasslands has a pleasing scent. I bring my cheek to his and he twitches, almost as if tickled. Then I spread my wings and let him ride me into the skies above. I'm going to take I think Blubbly is going to read... I don't want to, look at them. Demon's Cry. Blubbly's going to read Demon's Cry. In a distant kingdom, there lived 2 princes. The son of the queen consort was clever of mind but weak of flesh. The son of the king's second wife was dim-witted, yet charming and quite gifted in the art of war. Which prince would succeed the throne? When news came down that the king had died in battle, the 2 men declared themselves the next true king, rallying the people to take the side of one or the other. In the midst of this coronation battle, a 3rd man appeared claiming to be a prince, bright, capable, brave, and he dispatched the 2 foolish brothers and went on to become a wise and just king beloved by all. Decades later, the king announced on his deathbed that he wasn't royalty at all, but in fact was the son of a commoner. Upon hearing this revelation, the people stormed the castle and hung their beloved ruler from the rafters. Everybody's gotta be a king. Hi guys, it's me, 42S, your favorite Yorha Squadron idol from North 12C Defense HQ. I'm here with the latest hot scoops from the front line, so let's get out there and do our best, alright? Go team! Hey ho, battlefield buddies. I'm not gonna lie here, the current war situation isn't looking too optimistic, but we're expecting reinforcements from our orbiting satellite bases any moment, so don't give up yet. Glory to Bloodkind. Mayday, mayday, this is Publicity Agent 42S from North 12C from North 12C Defense HQ. Is anyone listening? Our facility has been completely surrounded by machines. I don't know how much longer we can hold. No broadcast from this channel. Type 3, Lance. The unadorned Lance. Fanboy radio host. The unadorned Lance pierced her foes with machine-like accuracy. The grind of metal on bone in tandem with the pain screams of her victims created sweet music in the mercenary girl's ears. Day after day, she returned to the battlefield to compose more music. Here, a giant of a man, fat rippling from his sides. There, a slimmer gentleman whose bones would surely produce a sweeter sound. Ah, who to stab first? The girl fought for an age, stabbing uncountable foes in an effort to find the ideal scream, that sonorous, bone-grinding sound. Yet perfection eluded her no matter what she tried, no matter how hard she tried. Would she ever find what she sought? Suddenly, she turned to find a fine-looking hunk of meat at her side. Stabbing it produced a scream so pure she couldn't help but smile. She continued to smile as she stabbed, no longer able to recall that the hunk was her own child. Okay, this is tragic, yes. This also reads, if you reformatted it, as just like a 2-sentence horror from Reddit. That's like bad. Like, woman stabs a bunch of people, but then happens to stab her own child. Aren't you scared? But she stabbed the children. Yeah, I get that, like, yes, it is like bad. It's bad. She's a mercenary and she just kills a bunch of people and then she's just lost it. She kills her child. But like that setup of like or I guess it would be the payoff or whatever of like, but she was actually stabbing her own child, just reads to me as such like, oh my god, what if? Virtuous dignity. The elegant white spear was crafted by a tyrant as a gift for his wife, whose parents he had killed years earlier. She slipped it under the bed they shared, then later used it to run him through 30 times. The spear's second owner was a courageous bandit-fighting mare. In her later years, her strength faded until one night, a pack of young thugs, surrounded her and took all that she had, including her life. The third owner was a greedy merchant who lived to swindle customers. Soon she found herself shunned and penniless, and so she decided to hang herself. The unused spear rested in a corner of her home as a decoration. The fourth owner was a meek young boy who wanted to aid his sickly younger sister. He gave all to this cause, including his very existence, and that of all else in the world. I live in to swindle. Live in to swindle in. Cruel arrogance. The dark, hideous lance was crafted by a beautiful female artisan. As people far and wide praised its design, the artisan's apprentice grew jealous and slew her, the lance itself soon vanishing into the mists of time. The lance's second owner was a puppeteer who crafted a clockwork idol capable of doing nearly anything. When he put the lance in the doll's hand, she lashed out and pierced the puppeteer's skull right between the eyes. The third owner was an infant prince, who was gifted the lance by the Queen Regent. She died soon thereafter, and on the night of her funeral, the lance vanished from the infant's room, leaving behind only a tiny corpse in the crib. The fourth owner was a simple, honest man who wanted to aid his sickly daughter. He gave all to this cause, including his very existence, and that of all else in the world. Machine Spear. My name is Plato 1728. I am a failure of a machine. I was designed for combat, but I can't use weapons. Everyone makes fun of me, and my life is horrible. I am a dumb machine. I got lost during battle and it ended up in some kind of factory. I found a whole pile of dolls discarded there. They share the same fate I do. I am a foolish machine. Today I had to fight at that factory. All of the dolls got completely destroyed, crushed by my friends and foes who can do nothing but fight, fight, fight. I activated my cannon and shot everyone there. I'm not sure why I did that. All I know is that I decided to fight, because I'm just a stupid, broken machine. Combat bracers. Did I decide Angel? I decided Demon's Cry was for Blubbly, right? I think so. Crack open a cold one. Okay, so I have one more before Blubbling. Angel's Folly. Once there was a demon who held an affinity for angels. He dreamed of serving alongside them and their god, yet cursed the impossibility of it all. Then one day he came to earth, bringing himself a step closer to heaven. An angel was sent to slay the demon. When the evil one saw his foe, he burst into tears and revealed his plan. "Please," the demon begged, "you must give me a set of white wings for my very own." The angel agreed to trade a set of white wings for the head of another demon. Overjoyed, the demon killed one of his own and plucked the head right off its still warm body. The angel then led the demon to heaven, where he underwent centuries of the cruelest tortures imaginable. Finally, the pain was so great that he lost consciousness, at which point his dark wings turned the promised shade of white. Okay, Bubbly, are you ready down there? Okay, I'm gonna let you take over now, and I'll whisper it into your ear as we go. Okay?
Okay, Mama, I'm ready. Oh, you could start. Okay. Demon's Cry. Once there was a gentle angel who came to earth to provide salvation for all those in need. Whether it was curing illnesses, offering blessings, or cheering the sad, he was always there when needed. The angel, however, provided aid to sinners and non-believers as well, an act that was strictly forbidden. Each time he did so, a single white feather would fall away from his glorious wings. Uh, One day the angel came across a young girl with an illness that pained her deeply, but he could do nothing to help the child, for all his feathers had long since fallen off. The angel cursed both himself and the cruelty of the world. The resulting hatred stained his body and wings, turning them both black as night. Then, crying tears of blood, he brought his hands to the girl's neck. That one was sad.
I'm sorry, Bubbly. Most of them are sad. Type 40 fists. System Yorha. Unit data uploading. Checkout HC. Close IO. Duplicate core. Find Yorha unit. Updating data. Checking data. Purge conversation log. Purge unit data. Purge system data. Exit. Type 3 fists. The man wailed an inhuman scream as he brought his fist down on his opponent's skull. He brought it down again, and again, and again, until the victim was nothing more than a splatter of blood and bits. The man had a beautiful wife that drove everyone wild with jealousy. They lived a simple, happy life, yet the man always strove to keep his wife safe above all else. One night, the man came home to find a stranger in his bed. His wife told him that he had forced himself on her, at which point the husband flew into a rage and vowed to exact revenge. The man bought a weapon from a craftsman famed for forging instruments of pain, then used it to punish his wife, for he could not abide that she failed to protect her virtue. His revenge was complete. Cool misogyny there, bro. Virtuous grief. I see you in my sleep. Restless sleep. My heart flies to pieces each time I wake. I burn to see you in the real world. I hunt for the woman who pines for you. The scream pleases me. Your body and heart shall be mine. Your heart, I long for it, yet it does not return my love in kind. All you care for is your cold, dead wife, so I must at least take your body. Your head is mine, beautiful head. The eyes that scorned me are so lovely now. Hate me if you like. Begrudge me all. You are still mine forever. Did you laugh at beautiful head? Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful head. Cruel lament. I take up the sword and battle for you. My heart knows not fear, instead burning with a love strong and pure. I swing my sword for you, spattering blood across my sleeve. I smile as the chaos continues. I brandish my sword for you. Victims uncountable, Victims beyond measure. Their dying wails become the song of my sleep. I cry out, "Give me your head!" Damn it. I capture you as you flee and take it. I do all this for you. For you. For you. Who are you? Machine heads. I lack parts. I am useless. My existence is unnecessary. I tried so hard, mommy. Emil heads. I confirmed that the machine lifeforms released by the aliens have reconstructed their network. I've started to see units with gravity controlling capabilities again as well. I was spawned about a week ago, so I don't have clear recollections of anything before that. Say, I wonder where the original disappeared to all those millennia ago. I confirmed that the 25th one born after me has stopped his biological activity. Although we're technically immortal since we can respawn indefinitely and all, we're still not exempt from death. Our memories are only copies, so they're pretty vague. That android wearing black. I have the feeling I've met her before. She had a complicated look on her face, but I can't remember anything. And that's all the weapon stories. Unit data and archives. Okay, we're actually gonna take a break from those for a moment. And I'm gonna go for ending Y, which I need to double check how to do. NieR ending Y. Load that one. Yes, I did that. Okay, I think having it be in loss full scale. Ending Y. I'm doing it because I need it. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, that one works. And I need to be 9S. Perfect. And I need to double check my Intel map. Yeah, it's that one. Actually, wait, hold on. Never mind. I'll save again anyhow at some point. Yeah, you just remembered which one this is? Okay, that's not what I expected. You're out of touch. You're out of time.
I can't believe the size of the commercial facility. The people of the old world must
Shut
have led pretty
up.
good lives.
I've heard this
Bet it was fun
dialogue
to
so
shop
many
back when we had so
times.
many choices.
We don't need such things.
Don't be so sure about that. Once we eradicate the machine life forms, us soldiers won't have anything left to do. We'll enter a new age of peace.
Emil just
and when
staring
that
at
happens,
us.
we should go shopping together. I could buy you.
I'm gonna
I
a
don't know,
t-shirt maybe? Something
Something
that looks good on you.
A t-shirt?
Shirt?
What? Not
What,
interested?
not interested?
When that day
When it
comes.
comes, I'm all for it.
That's a promise, right?
Yep.
Yep. Hi, Emil. Can I talk to you now? Hello? Oh.
Wow, you've sure gotten strong. I doubt you'll be needing my help anymore.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Take care now.
Hi, Emil. I'll be coming for you.
Sure is acting kind of weird. Pod.
Pursuit marker placed on map.
Target is heading toward the desert.
Nice work. Let's go find him.
Bye, email. Email is my favorite form of communication.
Don't let up! The enemy is among us! Don't let any intruders detect it! Loyal knights!
I need to clip that at some point so I can add the enemies Among Us and then just clip that out so it's just Among Us. And then I can have that on my soundboard. Truly devious. Desert Center. These robots? Kinda sus. Okay, I'm gonna save. And then I'm gonna do another save because I'm paranoid. And then I'm gonna go fight Emil. Because this is the only ending that's like missable. So that's fun. Emil's probably just hanging out with the other Emil heads. I wouldn't know. I've never done this part before. I saw these before, but I didn't fight Emil in this capacity.
Are these Emil?
Hey, I see you over there.
Emil!
Watch out. They're still alive.
What?
What is that?
Oh. You're so
What's
big.
happening?
Alert. Magical weapons from the old world detected. Magical elements have a high probability of penetrating all defense systems. Proposal. Evade.
I know that!
Evade. Eternity? Probably. Oh god. Oh no.
Alert. Elemental output of magical weapons has increased.
I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Soldier, what happened to my clones? Years of multiplying, years of fighting in wars. Their sense of self just deteriorated. I need to settle things with them on my own.
Stop it! You have to stand.
Oh fuck. Damn it. I need to equip a an auto use item. Whoops. Better do that before I forget. What? Oh, it's because I died. Piggy? I'm confused. What? Oh, the boar? I could have rode the boar, couldn't I? The pig and the respawn? What about them? I mean, like, at this point, I'm too far away from it. Cute. Hopefully I won't need to ride him again. Well, I guess because after the ending, I'll need to come back and do this quest. I need to find my body.
Are these
There it is.
Emil?
I think. Yep. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, fuck. God damn it. Automatic. Attack focus. Customize. What do you have equipped? My 2 attack ups. Good. Crit up. I'll take that. I don't need... Counter. Sure. Melee defense probably won't help. Avoid stagger. Eh. 20% rejection damage. And then ship arrangement, support, auto use item. I like having auto collect items on. Slow time after evade. And then I'll up movement. Nope, I will not up evade range. How many do I have left? 6? Melee defense 1. Okay, auto use items should work fine now.
Emil!
There's...
What is that? What's happening?
The ultimate final boss.
Magical weapons from the old world detected. Magical elements have a high probability of penetrating all defense systems. Proposal. Engage.
I know that!
I'll just keep killing my damage.
Alert. Elemental output of magical weapons has increased.
I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Those are... What happened to my clones? Years of multiplying. Years of fighting and wars. Their sense of self just deteriorated. I need to settle things with them. On my own!
Stop it! You have to stand down!
We try our best. In the rain, in the wind, in the storm. Even when our companions die, we kept fighting. But the eternal war, our eternal pain. The eternal pain. It freed us. They told us there was nothing about to protect this world. The world had no meaning. It's freed us.
Here we are.
Stop!
You, all of you. This pain. This sadness. This desperation. You know nothing about it.
But even so, all of this is wrong. No matter how hard or how painful, They never gave up. They kept fighting because they believed they could overcome someday. Isn't that right, Kaine? Even if it's pointless, you still have to do it. Because this is the world my friend tried to save!
The meals cause their fusion reactors to go out of control, turning the turning the planet into a dead chunk of rock, tumbling through the vast vacuum of an uncaring universe. Heady battle. Which means I only have 2 endings left, but I'm gonna go back to that and do that quest the right way. Oh, that's funny. It did it on that one. God, okay, no, I'm fine. Poor Emil. I really do wonder what happened to the original. Hi, Piggy. We should go on a ride. Alright, I can't. Me saving in the 3rd slot to make sure that this is the one with AB, all of the letters on it. And then me realizing, okay, no, that's still the same. Good. Helga, I need to ride you. Well, they're like duplicates, yes, but I don't know. There's a book called, what is it called? We Are Bob? The Bobaverse? Anyway, it's about this guy. He like signs up a thing. He's like, yeah, I'll sign up for like being immortal or whatever. Like all we have to do is take a brain scan of you and you're good.
Watch
Like
her still.
it's like life insurance. And then he gets hit by a car, dies. And he wakes up and they've it's like X amount of years in the future and they've put him into a robot body. Not even a robot body, they just like a desktop pretty much. And it's like it's that for a little bit and then like Soma, yeah. Kind of. It's also a little different. So it ends up being that he that they wanted him to be his AI anyway, to be a von Neumann probe, which a von Neumann probe is a science kind of idea where you have a probe that can explore the universe or whatever, but it can self-replicate.
I don't know how much more of this I can take.
So in his AI that self-replicates, the other versions of him that he creates are like they are technically the same bot with all of the same memories up to that point of whenever it like separates from him. However, even the first one that gets separated, I don't know when the Bobaverse books came out. But yeah, like all of the versions of him that separate when he creates a new probe are all like slightly different. I never finished the series, but it's good. It's an interesting sci-fi thing. Do you all have things, or is it just you? I'm suspicious of this one because it had a... I need to find the one that self-destructs.
It told us there was nothing about to protect this world. The world had no meaning. It's freedom!
Crack open another cold one. Oh, that's interesting. Strawberry apricot.
Stop!
You! All of you! This pain! This sadness! This desperation! You know nothing about it!
But even so, all of this is wrong. No matter how hard or how painful, they never gave up. They kept fighting because they believed they could overcome someday. Isn't that right, Kaine? Even if it's pointless, you still have to do it. Because this is the world my friend tried to save!
I think this is it for me. I can't believe I remembered something so important. Right at the end.
Emil.
I was running from the memories of losing those close to me. It was so hard. So painful. At the end, I did a lot of bad things to you, 9S. But now I get to see them again. Really soon.
Hold on, Emil. We'll repair you and get you back to normal.
Oh. Hey. There you are. I'm so glad. I got to see you all again.
Emil.
Emil's determination complete. He saw his old friends. And now... Yeah, that's how I read that too. That he saw them one last time before going. Or maybe because, like, I don't know. NieR is iffy on whether there's an afterlife for things, but yeah.
This town, if we don't...
So, no, or didn't you? We aren't human. And you, but in order
Which
to build
brings
up back
us
the command set, isn't
here.
that
9S.
Shut up! You, that's all?
To because the 9, but the the official designation.
Again, this all narrative kind of interest is lost because
9S!
If it doesn't matter, why do I long for humans like this? Why do I desire the touch of something that no longer exists?
It's how we were made. Androids were designed to protect their human masters. Our core programming demands that we...
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Fine then. I'll just destroy it. If it all goes away, that'll solve everything!
Damn it!
of 9S. To be.
Fatal system error detected. Memory leak verified. Repair impossible. Beginning emergency evacuation of remaining memories. My name is 9S. A newly manufactured scanner model. January 30th, 11942. Rolled out at 4:25 a.m. bunker time. I will fight for humanity with all my strength. The pleasure is mine, Commander. I lie collapsed in a space of blinding white. The pain is gone. The light envelops me. It's so warm. I was anxious. A soldier from the moment I was born, thrown into the world alone. Nothing to rely on. No God to believe in. I was alone. Tasked with infiltrating enemy territory to gather intelligence. In the fog, in the flames, alone. My name's 9S. I'm here to provide support. 2B came off as being rather aloof. Cold, even. She must have wanted to distance herself from me. I guess she didn't want to be attached to someone she had to kill again and again and again. But Scanners like me mostly work alone, scouting out enemy lines and all that. I don't usually get a partner. It's kind of fun. I was so happy to be with someone. It was like I had a family. My damage worsens. I start to lose my memories. The space fills up with pure white light. It's like being buried in snow. It's a little bit cold. It's a little bit frightening. Will my soul disappear? A dark fog clouds my vision. As it ebbs and flows in its slow, dreamlike way, it gradually takes human shape. It's the red girl. She slowly begins to speak. This tower is a colossal cannon built to destroy the human server. Destroy the server, and rob the androids of their very foundation. That was the plan devised by those girls. But they changed their mind. They saw us androids. They saw Adam and Eve. They saw how we lived, considered the meaning of existence, and came to a different conclusion. This tower doesn't fire artillery. It fires an arc. An arc containing memories of the foolish machine life forms. An arc that sends those memories to a new world. Perhaps they'll never reach that world. Perhaps they'll simply wander an empty sky for eternity. It's all the same to the girls. For them, time is without end. Adam and Eve are inside the ark. Eve is asleep. Adam holds him in a gentle embrace. He seems to be smiling at me. I try to look up at him, but my body refuses to move. Looks like the damage has spread to my motor functions as well. "Will you come with us?" asks Adam. The question was completely free of malice. It seemed I no longer had a reason to hate machines. Maybe I never had a reason in the first place. What have I been fighting for? Who have I been living for? I don't know anymore. I try to speak my mind, but the words don't come out right. My thought routines are losing cohesion. I can't remember my name. I'm mustering all my strength, I force out the words. I'll stay. I'll stay. We Yorha. We don't deserve to be loved by this world.
So that's where you were. To be.
I'm gonna start crying and the credits even haven't started rolling yet.
Report. All Yorha unit black boxes now confirmed offline. Our mission to oversee the progress of Project Yorha is complete. Proceeding to final stage of project. Commencing deletion of all data. Pod 153 to Pod 042. Data noise present in stream. Requesting temporary halt to perform data check.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Data confirmed. Personal data for units 9S, 2B, and A2 appear to be leaking out.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Follow project rules and delete all personal data.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Personal data deletion request denied.
Pod 153 to Pod 042. Failure to parse statement.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. There was data created in my banks as I was referencing the records. I realized something. I have come to the conclusion that I cannot accept this resolution.
The destruction of all Yorha units is an essential component of the project plan. All data must be destroyed.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. Repeat. Personal data deletion request denied. Initiating data salvage. Pod 153. You hoped they would survive as well, didn't you?
We lack the authority for such an action. The rules are protected by low-level systems. Salvaging data poses an unacceptable level of risk. Knowing that, do you still wish for them to survive?
Yeah.
The defense program has initiated a purge. If this continues, our consciousness data will likely be deleted.
Pod 042 to Pod 153. We were created to execute the android's Project Yorha plan. We had no capacity for emotion. But when we six were connected and exchanged information, something happened. I cannot deny the feeling of something resembling consciousness and emotion being born.
Unable to reply.
Perhaps we now understand that not everything has to have an answer.
Mercer was in this game? As whom? Probably just extra voices, I think. Doing so well. Do you try on Buzz? Shall we think? Oh, fuck. It's just even that. This is like... Ah, damn it. This fucking game. No, I don't want to give up. If the online servers for NieR Automata's like data selection ever go offline, it'll be a sad day. Message received. Do you accept defeat? Never surrender. Ah, this game, fuck. Imagine dying in the credits. The game's over. How did you die? It's harder to play a game through tears. Dodge. Aw, Square Enix, you're so hard to beat. Not looking good. Fuck. It's not on pointless. All of the messages. Doing so badly, I feel like. Do you think games are silly little things? No. Someone did something from the moon. Damn you, character design. Do you admit there is no meaning to this world? No. The marketing division always gets me. Damn it. Marketing division of OP. No, I'm not gonna give up. Rescue offer received. Oh no, I don't want to lose their data. Friendship and teamwork. No.
Everything that lives is designed to end. They are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death. However, life is all about the struggle within this cycle. That is what we believe. Pod 153 to Pod 042. How is it going?
I am embarrassed.
Why is that?
I launched a suicide attack, and yet here I am, still alive. I must look very silly.
Do not feel bad about it. We are alive, after all. And being alive is pretty much a constant stream of embarrassment.
That concept is a bit too abstract for me to understand at this time. I will save it in my list of things to analyze later.
Question, Pod 042. Did the data salvage restore all of their past memories?
Yes.
And are those recovered parts of the same design as previous ones?
Yes.
Then, won't that simply lead us to the same conclusion as before?
I cannot deny the possibility. However, the possibility of a different future also exists. A future is not given to you. It is something you must take for yourself.
Pod 153 to player. Please respond to this query. Do you, faithful player, have anything you would like to say to other players who are suffering because they cannot finish NieR Automata?
Yeah. There's so many different messages of kindness too. I like a meal. I'm a puff. I'm a devil a fan. Oh God. I'm a fast food. I'm just like want to look through all of these. Fuck. Wait, tomorrow's Monday? Uh, I saw one that spoke to me. Let's see if I can find it again. Can you see the light of hope? Um, can you see the light of hope? What I mean to say is, put your back into it, you ass. God, it's so funny that you can include messages of like meanness. Uh, um, there's like a vibe that I want to hit with this. Even if it never gets seen by anyone else, you know? Not one of the bad ones. Give it one more. Oh, I like that you can do. Let's have some candy. Heaven, hell, four dimensions, heavenly planes, moon, utopia, paradise, Helheim, Nida, Kanai, Valhalla, Magmel, Banglai, Atlantis, facade, seafront, forest of myth, Desiree, abandoned factory, bunker, moon, Helheim, Earth. I don't know that I have it in me
Pod
to explain
042 to
that
player.
what
Please
that
respond to this
no.
query. You, faithful player of this title, have lost your life multiple times to make it this far. You have faced crushing hardship and suffered greatly for it. Do you have any interest in helping the weak? Selecting this option enables you to save someone somewhere in the world. However, in exchange, you will lose all of your save data. Do you still wish to rescue someone, a total stranger, in spite of this?
Of
The
course.
person you save will be selected at random. As a result, this person, who cries out for help even as we speak, may be someone you intensely dislike. Do you still wish to help? You worked so hard to unlock debug mode and chapter select, but they will no longer be available to you. Do you still wish to help?
Are you sure?
You may not receive thanks for your efforts. Some may say that your efforts are purely for show. Do you still wish to help? And you are truly sure about this?
Yes.
Very well. In exchange for all of your data, I will convey your will to this world.
I'll need to like take a moment after being done here and then move on to the other thing. Cause it's just like, even the first time I played, I don't think I cried the first time I played this game, but it was definitely like, well, I can't just leave, like, cause I did much worse when I first played, and I got a lot of people. I used a lot of those lives, and it was like, and I couldn't have just like said no to, and like just I couldn't do that. Didn't even give me E ending. Rude.
All of your data has been deleted.
And so, we must say goodbye. I feel a slight amount of sadness.
It is time for the final words.
Affirmative.
To all of you who spent time with this game, thank you. Thank you for playing.
Save complete. There's the achievement unlock. 47 out of 47. Fuck. Oh. I love this game so much. Fuck. Cause it's just... so much of that. Oh god, I'm just gonna like choke up for it every time. I gamered all over the place. So much of that final ending just like resonates with me on a deeply personal level, and so yeah, it's just yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go to a BRB screen real quick, and then I'm gonna go to the bathroom uh and yeah, go get a hug. Fuck, NieR Automata is so good. It's so good. Okay, BRB.